At no time can the money that you're putting away be used. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to talk to you guys. I'm doing a little sit down video today, as you can tell, because I had a question come up on my Instagram. I do like a little walk and talk series over there, so if you're not following me, make sure to give me a follow at Mariah Viani. And I did a little poll and I asked you guys a topic that you guys wanted to talk about for my walk and talk, and the topic that most of you wanted me to talk on was how to save for traveling. And the video only goes for a minute and a half, but I feel like I have so much more to share and a little bit more in depth, so I thought I would come over on my YouTube channel and give you guys a bigger video of any other tips and tricks that I have for you guys in terms of saving for traveling. Now this video can be not only used for traveling, but just like savings in general for anything that you want to do. Saving for a car, saving for a house, saving for anything. It can be used for anything, but this is how John is my husband, this is how we save for traveling. So let's get into it. So just to preface, John and I do share an income, but this can 100% be done solely from one person. We just use both income, so in that way it can be a higher amount that we're pushing, so it might be a little bit less of an amount saving by yourself depending on your income. But to break it down simply, we always set our end goal first. So say for example we're planning a really big trip and that trip is going to cost us $20,000. So to get that end figure, we kind of map out roughly how much it's going to cost. So if it's a car, you pretty much know the end thing. A house, you know what your deposit you're looking for. With traveling, it can be a little bit tricky because you're not 100% sure yet, but there's 100% a gauge that you can kind of guess. So look into flights, look into accommodation, look into some things that you were interested in doing while you're there, think about spending money, all that kind of stuff, and come up with an end figure that you guys want to have by the end of the trip, well, before the trip happens. So a really key thing is that John and I save for a trip. When we save for a trip, we make sure that we have everything, anything to do with it, 2 weeks before our trip is about to happen, so we don't have to worry about spending money while we're over there. We have our set amount and that is what we're going to use. I'm just gonna get comfortable, to be honest with you. So we come up with our end figure. So say for this video it is $20,000. That is what we need to get to. We then work out, so from today, from this very point today to 2 weeks before our trip, how many weeks do we have in there that we need to be saving? So we will go 20,000 divided by however many weeks we have until the 2 weeks before our trip, and that is how much we need to be putting away weekly to match our $20,000 goal. If you do this and you realize that this amount is not going to work with your bills, living life, like all of that, then you need to think about how can we change this end goal. Do we go somewhere cheaper? Do we, you know, there are ways to adapt. I wouldn't recommend not putting away for your bills in place of traveling. Be very stressful. Anyway, let's come back to our traveling. Once you've figured out those weekly increments, I really highly recommend opening up a separate account, completely different from your everyday account, because realistically, you do not want to see this money once you've put it away. You do not want to go near it. You don't want to touch it unless you are booking things for the trip. At no time can the money that you're putting away be used. And don't be like, oh yeah, I'll put it back in. You won't. So don't touch it. That is the number one like tip, is that you can 100% save all of this money, but then as soon as you feel like you have the ability to grab it and touch it and use it for other things, that is where you go wrong, and that is where your savings go down the drain. Okay, so just some tough love a little bit, because you really have to be disciplined within yourself to be able to not do that. So anyway, open up a separate account. We have an account that it's a savings account, so there's no card attached to it, and we actually earn interest on the money that we have in that account. We do this through ING, which I really recommend if you're an Australian. I don't know about other countries, but for us we use an ING savings account that we earn interest on. It's not a lot, but it helps, like better money in my pocket. And then every single week, whenever your paycheck comes in, personally we do it fortnightly because that's how we get paid. So every week or every fortnight, whatever your pay cycle is, you're going to grab that amount straight away before you spend on anything else. As soon as that paycheck hits, you're moving that over into your savings account and you do not touch it. That is locked and you will see growth. I promise you, you will see growth if you do not touch it, okay? You're gonna keep putting in that thing and you don't even need to worry about having the money at the end of the day because it's gonna be there ready for your trip. This end goal of 20,000, it can change. So I recommend like kind of checking in every month that when you're starting to book things, that your like guesstimation at the start of the 20,000 was correct or roughly within that area, and always update it if it's getting more, or in some cases it could be less. But I don't recommend doing less until you have booked everything and you know exactly what costs you're up for. So I recommend staying at your guesstimate even if it's under, because at the end of the day, if it's under, you've got more savings for your next traveling trip anyway. That sort of breaks it down on how we plan for traveling or how we save for traveling. I recommend doing like the sort of backwards method, working on that end goal, split it on how many weeks that you have put away into a separate account. Don't have a card attached to the account. Do not look at the account unless you're booking something, and do not touch the money. I don't know if I feel like this is helpful, because to me this is like, oh, of course. So I hope this is really helpful for you guys, and I wanted to like explain it a little bit better on my channel here rather than just in my walk and talk on Instagram. But yeah, I hope this helps in any way, and I would love to see you guys booking those trips that you have been dreaming about. Like John and I have been working so freaking hard and putting away this money, and yes, sometimes it stops us from doing those little life things like going out for dinner more regularly, but to be honest, the trips that we get out of this money are some of our like greatest memories, and like just opens us up so much more. So I wouldn't for a second stop the savings amount, because the trips make it so much more worth it. So if you guys are wanting to book that trip, then put away those money and do not touch it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This was a quick video that I just want to put out there for anyone that was struggling on finding a savings method, or maybe you just needed that little tough love of do not touch your money. So yeah, that is it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is my personal opinion and my personal experience on how saving money has worked for us. So take it how you want to. Again, not financial advice, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are in the world. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because it really helps me out more than you guys know. I have a goal of hitting 500 subscribers, and I'm really close. So if you want to help me out, that would be amazing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.